Hello? Hello?
Hello, how are
Hey,
you?
good. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Great. Just yes, I can hear. Yes. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Do you have access to
Yeah.
the 93 prep test game 3?
To 93. I believe I have access. Let me just double check it. Let me see about that. 93. LSAT. Yeah, just logging in right now. But I know that I have the basics one, the 70, the 71, the 90, 90, 93. Let me just double check it and log in into my account now.
Okay.
All right, should be coming in a few minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Last time, did you do it the same way, or did you just work off my screen?
Yeah, I believe the last time I worked off your screen, but yeah, I just want to just quickly double check. Yeah, my computer's taking
Yeah,
forever, but
I mean it's okay. We can actually work on my screen too if that's okay with you. It's up to you.
yes, I have the 93. Yes, I have just double check. Yes, yeah, I would just work off your screen and just see if I could do it myself as well.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's perfectly fine. Okay, so I hope yeah, if you can see like for this one's gonna be kind of like in and out, and this is gonna be the game 3 on the
yes,
93 prep test. Okay.
yeah,
So for a group or show, an art dealer selects exactly 5 of 8 artist paintings. So that's gonna be F, G, H, I, Q, R, S, and V. So it's gonna be considered 5 out of 8,
yes.
and the art dealer selection must be consistent with the following. So all of these are gonna be if. So let me go ahead and put it over here. So basically, with that being said, that's just gonna be possible. It's not gonna be mandatory. So let's see if the first one makes sense. And sometimes too, if what I like to do too, if I have trouble trying to see how they're setting it up, I'll look at the answer key right
Yep,
here, and this is kind of how they're setting it up.
yes,
Okay. So if either or both G and H are selected, then F is selected. So that's going to be G or H or G H. Then that's going to include F.
and the contrapositive of that would be if F is selected, G and H are not selected.
Well, no. It doesn't really mean if F is selected, then then G or H is not selected, anything like that. With this one, just means that if G is selected, then F has to be included. If H is selected, then F has to be included. If G and H is selected, then F is included. But you can still see an F without these letters as well, though.
Yes,
Okay. So for the first one too, like too, if I ever have difficulty reading it, like G or H, G and H includes F, I just look for it in the answer key right away. So for
Yes.
this question, it's gonna be which of the following could be inaccurate of the 5 paintings selects for the show. So for this one right here, I just go through one at a time. So instead of just doing the going down the list and then understanding it and then applying it one at a time, just apply it right
Yes.
away. So
Yes.
right now for this one, I'm just gonna look for G or H. So I see G here, I see F. Good job. I see F right
Yes.
here. That's okay as well because that's allowed. I see H. I see the F. I see H. I see G. I don't see no F. So I take that
That
one.
one is
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. I take that one out right there. I don't go to the next one and look like a G H. Now I see F. That's okay. The reason why I don't go to the next one is because I see that there's a new rule, and also if I miss that last one, say that last one is a mistake, I can at the end I'll be left with two.
Yes.
So that's why I don't really go to the next one because the worst that can happen is that you'll be left with two problems, and if that happens, you just apply the conditions. So like right now we took away D. So for this one right now it's gonna be a V. So selected, then Q and R selected. So basically, if we see, then we have to see Q and R. And like I said before, instead of going through all
Yes.
these one at a time and getting a good understanding and then going, just start with one at a time and then apply it. So if we see V, we're looking for Q and R. So V, no
Yes.
V. Okay, I see a V here. I see QR. That's a good job. I see a V here.
Yes.
I don't see a Q and I don't see a R. So I take it away.
Yes.
So right now we did two
Yes.
conditions and we're left with three choices right now.
You chose yes.
Okay. So now the next one right now, if H is and I is selected. So with that one, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I cross it out. That way we know that if we see H, then Q and I cannot be in there. And just right away, just apply it to the first question. So we're looking for H without no
Yes.
Q and I. We see H here, and we see it has a Q, and according to the rules, that cannot happen. So we take that one out. So now we're left with two.
Eliminated.
Yeah, exactly. Omit it. So now, right now, we only have two questions left, A and B, and we have two conditions left as well. So this next one,
Yes.
if both G and S is selected, then I is not selected. So same thing as well. I'm gonna go ahead and cross off I, and now I'm specifically looking for G and S, but I do not want to see I. If I see I in there, I'm gonna take it out. So
Yes.
right now, I'm looking for G and S. G and S. I see I. Take it out.
Correct answer will be B,
Yeah,
and you write that down as the list.
yeah.
Yes.
Final answer. Two is Let's give you the final answer too. Right now we left with one condition, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just write down the variable just real quickly, just so we have it. If S is selected, then exactly S or V is selected. Now the counter to this one or the counter positive is gonna be basically no S and V. That
Yes.
makes sense. So what that means, F, if selected, exactly one of S or V is selected. So basically, you can't see both.
Yes. And that rule connects with yes, I see it. It's the so this one is the F rule. So the F, if F is selected, is exactly one of salvation. So the contrapositive of that would be the or going to an end. So if F is not selected, that'll be S and V are not selected. Yes.
Yeah. Another one too, like too as well. If F is selected, then S and V cannot be included.
Yes.
Okay, good. So this one right here too, we did it just going one at a time, and we applied the conditions, and we came up with the final answer. So this is gonna tell us if we're correct or not, and we got it correct right there.
Yes. And you write that down as the list.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of a good way too as well. You can write that down at the list, and this is gonna help you later on too as well because the reason why I write it down is just because it helps me with the rest of the game pieces. To be honest with you.
Yes.
Not just to be a professional, but I'm gonna write down number one. Okay, so this was question 13. We You don't have to necessarily go through the questions one at a time. You can go in any order you like.
Yes.
If it's too broad, like not too much data, then I move on to the next question if that's okay.
Yes.
Like for example, the next question is will be 14. If I is not selected for the show, then each of the following pairs could be among the selected paintings. So that's just saying that if I is not selected, which means that could be any one of these letters. That's not too much data. That's really not enough. This
You just
question,
go on to 15. Yeah.
yeah, this question right here. If both F and H are selected for the show, that's a whole lot better. And when I say a whole lot better, I mean a whole lot better because with that we can work with that right now. F and H is included. So I'm gonna make sometimes I make two or three worlds. If I ever have to make a world, I just make three. That way just to have three possibilities of what it could be, if that makes sense. You could do two or you
Yes.
could do three. Then which of the following pairs must be the two selected? So I'm gonna have to fill this in really quickly. So F and H is selected. If since we have a F, it can either be S or V. It cannot be both. If V is included, according to the rules, Q and R have to be included.
Yes.
Since we have right here S, we can include the letter R.
R.
Let's see if we can include the letter Q as well. No, we're not going to be able to include the letter Q because of the H, but we could include the letter G.
Yes.
And also too as well with that top one, we can include the letter I. See if we have that as well. So nope, no I. So the reason why I say no I is because I see if H is included, no Q and I. So right now we have two good worlds right here. These two are going to work for question 15.
Yes.
And question 15 simply wants to know if so this is going to be the outside. If I is not included, I'm sorry. If F, I'm sorry.
So if they both
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
yes.
If F and H are included, which we have right here, which one of the following pairs must be the two selected of paintings? So out of all these answers right here, we're looking for two. I and R. If I don't see it, I just take it out right away.
Yeah.
IV. I don't see I at all, so I'm just gonna take all the I's out. Q and R, Q and S, I don't see. R and S, I see right here, if that makes sense.
Yes.
RV, I do. Oh, I actually see RV right here. So it's between these two right now. RS and RV. Checking for understanding. Since H is included, according to the rules, we're not allowed to have Q. So I'm gonna have to scratch this one out right now just because Q's in there. So I'm gonna cross this one out. And I don't S we took SV out and we're left with this answer right here.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's
So for this answer, is basically you're connecting the dots to the counterpositive. So being that if F and H are both selected, the counterpositives of the rules since they connect will be that if F is selected, S and V will not be selected. So that means either S or V. So that means S could go in, and when you do the connection for H, H would be that I will not be selected, and the V connects to the Q and R. So
exactly.
that would
Yeah,
mean
yeah, yeah.
yes,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good that you're able to see that too. Because yeah, yeah, that's good. Because if you include us right here, then that's okay. But if you include V, the V includes the Q and R. So yeah, you are
yes,
correct. So yeah, if and also too, there's some else too. Like if H is included, then Q and I has to be out.
yes.
Okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. With my two, the way I get the answer too, I kind of I don't go to the first correct answer. I kind of go through process elimination. I go through the ones that are not correct, and I remove it, and then I get left with the final answer, which is the correct answer. So
Yes.
let me see if I could do another question in this one. So this one here, question 16, that's a really good question too. If both Q and V are selected, so what we can do is Q here, V here. We can make two worlds this time. That way we have two chances to look at. Then which one of the following pairs could be two of the selected paintings? So just fill in the blank. Like you said earlier, B brings in Q and R, so you have to
Yes.
include the R. That's mandatory. No if, ands, or options about it.
Yes.
Now for this one too, I could put in an S, and let me see if I could put in an I as well, and I'll be allowed to. For this one here, I'm not gonna be able to put in an H because the Q is in there, so the H is gonna remove it. I could put in. Let me see if I can put in a letter G, and also it's between. I could put in S as well. And let me see if I can put in a G to an I. So I'm just gonna copy this one really quickly. And that took about like 5 seconds just to copy. So now I have what you consider three possible worlds right here to look at question 16 with.
Yes.
So basically, question 16 is asking if both Q and V are included,
You and
then
V.
which one of the following pairs could be two of the selected paintings? So just asking which ones could be two. So ace and H, I don't see H, and to be honest with you, with the rules with Q, if Q and V is included, then H is
It's
going to
just out.
remove. Yep, exactly. So H that this these two with H's they have to be out because if you include H, it kicks out Q, which is not going to work. So right now we're left with three questions. All right, okay, S and I. I see S and I right here.
Yes.
S and F. I don't see F anywhere, and G and I. So basically, what we're left with these two right here with Q and V, and really quickly, just going through the rules, just seeing if we did everything correctly. So if G and S is included, then that removes I.
Yes.
Yeah. So H is gonna, to be honest, H is gonna kick out the Q and I. G H is gonna kick out Q and I. So we can actually say this one. Which of the following two can be selected?
S and I believe.
Yeah, S and I. We could probably choose, and that's gonna be the correct answer right there. S and I.
Yes.
Let me see if we can do another one right here. Question 17 is asking kind of like the same as the question 14, which we pass. If Q is not selected to show. So for this one, you could make another world or just look for one right now where you don't see the letter Q. So for question
Yes.
17, I see 17. Um, this one right here doesn't have the letter Q, so we can use this for question 17.
Yes.
So it's asking
So
if Q is out,
Q.
then which of the following pairs must be the two selected? SV, I don't see V.
So if
R,
if Q is out, that will mean that the contrapositive will mean that if Q is out, that will mean V, and then if V is in, that will mean that either the connection, if V is in, then I believe, where is it?
yeah.
Does V connect to R? Yeah.
Yeah, towards the end too, because like we're on the last two questions right now. Towards the end too, instead of coming up with a new one, just use
Yeah.
use the words that just use the answers like right here, like 15. We see that it doesn't have the letter Q, so we can use that one to answer the question.
Yes.
And then just if you see it, if you see it, if you don't, you don't. If it asks for SV, just look for V. If you don't see it here, then just remove it. RS, I see S and R. So yeah, that's in there. RV, I don't see V. I don't see I. I don't see I. So I left with RS. And then we got the answer for 17 off the old question 15. So we were able to use the answer for 15 to solve for question 17.
Yes. Using old, I'm reading the Power Score, and they talk about a lot about the using old questions for new ones.
Yeah,
Starting to, and yeah.
yeah. Like right now, that's what we're doing exactly. So we solved 13, 15, 16, 17. We haven't solved 14. So let's look at question 14. This one's asking if I is not selected to show. So basically, out of all these worlds, they're asking for for one that doesn't have I. So this one doesn't have I, and this one doesn't have I as well.
Yes.
So for these questions right here, we can go ahead and use this game piece to look at, and also this game piece too as well to look at for question 14.
Yes.
So we're looking at these two right here. And since so for the first question, just read off the bat Q and R, and it's gonna be accept. So if you see it, you see it. I see Q and R, so
Yeah.
they're gonna be allowed. S and G, I see G and S, so that's allowed. V and G, I see V and G here, so that's allowed. S and V,
S and V.
I see S and V here, so this one.
RNG. Then yeah, you don't see that.
Well, I see R and G here, so it's gonna be between these two. So there might be a mistake right here. So basically, let's see. This one might not be a good one to use right now. So let me cross this one out and just land this one right here because this one gives us two. So this one has RG and this one has SR as well. So let's see. SV is in this one that we just crossed off, and RG. So RG is possible in this one. So V begins in Q and R, and G and S takes out the. Okay, that's another reason why too as well. The reason why this one's wrong right here is because it has the letter G,
Yeah.
and since it has the letter G, you have to include the letter F.
F. Yes.
So that's why it's not going to work. Okay, so now we did a correction right now. So now with that being said, we were left with these two right here, RG, and I'm gonna say SV. RG works right here. So looking for accept. So I don't see SV. I see an S here, and I see a V here, but I don't see the SV together. So that's
Yeah.
not going to work out. So that's kind of like one way that you can solve right now to go through the game pieces. It's just use all the questions and all the answers, and then use it for the final ones to save you time. So that way you don't have to make a new world.
Yes.
So just doing a complete recap. We did game 3. We got the questions correct. We started off with the first question, which was just just to be honest, the first question was just applying the conditionings, and then it comes up with the accurate list.
Yes.
To save you time too, and just to speed it up, just go through it one at a time as quickly as possible. Let me see if I can do a refresher real quickly for you, show you what I mean. So I'm gonna open it up, 93 section 4, and I'm gonna go to game 3.
Wait 1 second. I just had to blow my nose 1 second.
Oh, you're okay, yeah.
All right. All right. Back.
Yeah. With this first question, it's just coming up with the accurate list. Like I mentioned before, to save you time, if you
Yes.
just apply it one at a time, just directly. Don't read it, write it down, read it, write it down, read it, write it down, and then get a good understanding what all this means right here. Just apply it quickly as possible. Sometimes you can do
Yes.
if either or both G and H are selected, then F is selected. So basically, what that means if we see G or H or both, then include F. So We see G and F, which is good. I see F, but I don't see G and H. That's okay. I see H and F. That's okay. I see G H, but no F. That's against the first one. For the second one, if B is selected, then both Q and R selected. So just look for it right away. V Here's V. Here's Q and R. That's a good job. Here's V. There's no Q and R. That's against it. Third one, if H is selected, then neither Q nor I is selected. So right now I'm looking for H and I see Q, which is against it. Fourth one, if both G and S is selected, then I is not selected. So I look for G and S, and then I see I, and then I take it away. And just by doing the process of elimination, you're left with the final correct answer, which shows
Yeah.
you this is the correct answer.
Yes. So let me just recap that. So either or both G and H are selected, F is selected. So either or. So that means like either or. So that mean F is selected. All right. And if V is selected, both Q and R is selected. So V is selected, then Q and R. All right. If Alice is selected, neither Quillen's or is selected. So that will mean that I the I will go in there. And then if both columns if G and S was selected, I is not selected. All
Mm-hmm.
right. I selected enough. Yes, got it.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It's kind of kind of like a in and out. Like if H is in, Q and I is out. If V is in, Q and R in. If G and S is in, then I is out.
Yes.
But yeah, other than that, just yeah, yeah, just to save time and just to speed up, just apply it one at a time, and then you get left with the correct answer, and then from there you can go ahead and move on to the next question. That's easy though. I don't want you to answer a question like this right now if I is not selected, because to be honest with you, that's you're gonna have to create a whole nother world that doesn't include this letter, and you have all these like five letters right here to choose from. So I
Yeah.
would come back to that question. This one right here, if F and H is selected for the show, that's a lot better. F and H, that's more data, more information. That's easier to
Yeah.
solve. We can just put the remaining letters S, R, and G according to the rules, because if F is included, you have to include S and V. If you include the letter V, it drags in Q and R, and with H, Q is out, so that's not going to work. So it's going to have to be the letter S, and you're going to have R and G, which is going to be allowed to be in as well.
Yes.
And then yeah, that question 15 is a whole lot better than the previous question 14, because the question before that one, it's just telling you if I is not selected. I mean, now that we solved this one right here, F and H, and we see that we go through the list right now. Just solve it really quickly. Do I see I and R? I don't see I anywhere, so I'm just gonna take out I. I don't see Q, so I'm gonna take out Q. I don't see V. I don't, so I'm just gonna have R and S. And it's checking for if we're correct. That's the final answer right now.
Yes.
Now go back to that last question 14. If I is not selected for the show, okay, now we can use this one that we saw 15 to solve for I, and we don't see
Yeah.
I in here. So just going through the list, and look for except. So Q and R, S and G. I see S and G, V and G, S and V.
Salvation and V. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So even with this one solved, it's still a little bit more tricky. You still need more data information to solve it. So that's why it's not really a good question to solve second. Like this is a good question to solve first, which defines an accurate list. And the second question to be solved will be question 15. If S and H is selected, then what's the final show?
Global questions and then local questions. Correct.
Like a good question that has more data to work with. Like this one
Yes.
asking for F and H to be included, and that's a lot better question to answer than this one right here, because that one could be more time consuming.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so yeah, I usually just go through the question that's kind of more easier for yourself. Like if Q and V is selected, we got Q and V selected. That's a lot easier to solve. And then right here, like these questions with the if Q is not selected to show, you could just go back to the worlds that you have right now because I wouldn't create another world just because, to save time. And I see this one doesn't have Q, so it's asking which of the two can be selected. Um, SV, I don't see. RS, I see right now. Some people stop right there and just go for the correct answer, which it
Yeah.
is right now. I would have just kept going though. Like RV, I don't see. Um, I don't see I don't see I. So yeah, that is the correct answer right away.
Yes.
Hmm.
V. Yes. V. So it says that if Q is not selected for the show, then which one of the following must be selected for the painting? So we know that Q. Let me just do my diagram inferences. So if Q is, so let me just write that down. So all right, so writing everything down. Okay, in, out. So if Q is out, all right. So we know if Q is out, that will mean that. Sorry about that. Q is out. That will mean that V. That will mean that.
Mm.
That will mean that V will be no. That will mean that if Q is out, that will mean that. All right. But yes, that would mean either or. So that would mean that R will be in, and if the R is in, that connects to S, I believe so.
Yeah, you are
Because
correct. Yeah,
yeah,
because the Q connects to the R, and Q is
yes,
out. So basically, if you have R and V, that
yeah,
includes Q, which you can't have R and V. And if you have the letter V, that includes Q and R. So you can't have V and Q, you can't have V at all.
yeah,
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, like you said too earlier too. That was a good point. That once you start solving the questions, use all the answers to solve the remainder questions as well. Do like the last two.
yes. Mhm.
Okay, I'll send you. I'm gonna send you this right now, and a copy so you have it right now with you. That way you can go over it too as well.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just excited on I'm taking the LSAT in November, and I'm getting confident on logical reasoning and logic games. I see as my weakness, but overall, I'm starting to understand that I'm reading the Power Score Bible, and I'm starting to understand how the question structures are from the global to the local questions, and starting off with the list. The list is usually the first, copying that down, and sort of answering the questions. So each and every day, I'm feeling confident. Reading comprehension, I feel as if it's very straightforward. Finding the main idea, passage structure, comparative passages. But overall, yeah, day by day, I'm just like learning new skills, and I ultimately want to excel in logic games as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I use sometimes I use Seven Sage. They're pretty good too, but it costs a fee though with them. Um, but the like the law school law hub, I'm happy with that too, and also what like Google and YouTube as well. But I order sometimes I order the books too from Amazon, like the Mike Kim law school
Yeah.
admission test. I order that one as well. But so the law school, like the state that you're in, all the law schools require the law school admission test.
Oh yes, I'm in New York State.
Oh, okay, okay.
this is my first time taking the LSAT, and yeah, I just have high hopes, and I'm just study hard. I'm in the library pretty much every Saturday, and yeah, I just feel very confident on logical reasoning. And the day I take it, I know I have to maintain my time and I have to go forward. I'm
Yeah,
taking the test.
like here in Chicago, you do have to take the law school admission test, but it's not a requirement at all the universities. Like University of Chicago, you could take the GRE or the GMAT instead of the law school admission test.
Yeah.
And also like they have like Northwestern too as well that they give you an option instead of taking the law school admission test, you could take the GRE. So, but it's not all university though. Like some of the
Yeah.
universities, like University of Illinois and Southern Illinois University, Northern Illinois University, you have to take the law school admission test as a requirement. But there's a few
Yes.
universities that they don't have the law school admission test as a requirement. Instead, they you could take the GRE or the GMAT as an option. But you have to look at it though at the university though if they require the law school English test or not.
Yeah, I'll say like the vast majority of them want the LSAT, but I also heard that GRE you can also take that as well, because I'm very well aware a lot of people don't really do too good on the LSAT. They pretty much struggle, and the GRE is sort of like a way for them to excel. But yeah, I would say that in New York City, you gotta take the LSAT for sure, and every school. But yeah, I'm having a bit of confidence. I'm starting to make inferences here and there from logic games,
Hmm.
and yeah, I'm starting to get real confident. I really would love to work with you throughout the day towards my test day. If any fee that that you want, I can give it to you. And yeah, I would love to work, and hopefully you can teach me certain things of logical reasoning or reading comp or logic games. And yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
the
same here
same.
too. Because I'm in Chicago, and there's to be honest with you, we have University of Chicago, we have Northwestern, and we have Loyola. And I know with some of them, like all of them, you do have to take the law school English test, but with a few of them though, they allow the GRE or the GMAT as an option though.
Yeah, I would probably have to check the schools that I want to go to in terms of the GRE. But I can say like in terms of New York schools, I would say the vast majority of them required LSAT score. But I would
Yeah,
just see if just double check on the
yeah, same here too. Some of the traditional schools too are here in Illinois, like Northern Illinois University, Southern Illinois University, University of Illinois. They require the law submission test as well. It's a requirement, not an option too. So yeah,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and email you the documents, and I'll email you too as well the information I worked on, and we can go from there.
Sure, sure. Awesome, awesome. Hey, I thank you for this session, and thank you for being patient. And yeah, I look forward for the next session. I'm very excited.
All right, great. I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Yep.